This was his last over. The wicket of Sterling early on, a little bit of uneven.
Top Group B then,
Djibouti,
which is nevertheless viewed as one of the most
It's
hotly
looking
contested.
quite an amateur 4 points
Squad
at least
Sudan
from those first two
difference.
fixtures
They have
against
matches
Egypt
against the
and
Democratic
Guinea-Bissau.
Republic of Congo at home and Mauritania away.
Some familiar
Their
faces,
third game
certainly
in South
from
Sudan, and Sudan will meet for the very
second
first
match
time in a
against
full
the
competitive fixture next Tuesday in Juba.
gave the Djiboutians quite a torrid time just in terms of I thought they might actually grab something from that match. But it ended up being a 1-0 against the All Slate. The odds do favour Sierra Leone.
Humid.
They have a wealth of experience.
Almost
One of the talking points from today's fixtures, the first international competitive match at the heart of the defence for Sierra Leone, for none other than Curtis Davis. He started his career back in 2004, if we remember, with Aston Villa, hoping to give some of those fans something to shout about there. It's nice to see that they have brought a contingent from the West African nation. It's a much shorter duration to travel for the Sierra Leoneans than it is for the fans of Djibouti.
थोड़ा एक समान पेस और बाउंस
This Stade El Abdi, one of 9 Moroccan venues to play, Moroccan matches rather, to play host to the African qualifiers here this time out.
Propping up the group.
Morocco
only on goal
obviously
difference.
preparing for that FIFA World Cup in 2030,
also making
alongside Spain and Portugal.
Back in November. However,
they do boast a wealth of high-quality pitches
heavy defeat at the hands of the 2021
and stadiums. This one an artificial pitch here in Al
They
Abdi.
did pick up their first point with the 0-0,
15,000-seater stadium,
against the Lions,
but most likely won't be full to the brim. In fact,
this is the first time that these two
fans are just trickling in. Still, there is a good ambience, and we saw the teams in high spirits, especially Sierra Leone.
Make a big statement today.
Across their socials, it did show that they were very much raring to go and score their first goal of these qualifiers, get their names off the mark. They do have that solitary point, so they are in 4th place.
In this same stadium in 2021, Namibia.
But it is a group containing Egypt, high flyers Egypt, who have faced both these sides so far, as the teams do come out, led by a Malawian refereeing contingent.
5 minutes away from kick-off.
The
teams will be coming out onto the pitch in just a few
from
moments'
Malawi
time.
today.
The national
He'll be leading out these teams here.
We will be off.
It's always good to see a bit of support. The teams having to travel so far across the African continent. It is
here they come.
A very big landmass to traverse.
The flag of Togo coming out with that of South Sudan.
Sierra Leone having arrived
the teams
on Friday
following
and
in
Saturday.
their wake with
Djibouti
the officials.
coming just a little bit before that on Wednesday. Touching down in Casablanca and getting their preparations underway.
The crowd has been making a noise for the last half an hour, but now
Sierra
they're
Leone
really going
in
for
that
it.
white strip. As you see, Curtis Davis there preparing for his first competitive match. He did play in an unrecognized friendly against Somalia. It was a 2-0 loss, a 2-0 victory rather. And that was at the back end of the previous administration, as both teams line up for the national anthem.
The hope is still very much alive for everybody involved. One of the groups where every team has scored at least 1 point. Always such a precious thing when you get that 0 off the board in the table. Set your stall, give yourself something to go for. South Sudan are the away side today, so we will start with their national anthem first. The national anthem. stirring stuff. But now get ready for the national anthem of Togo.
A rousing rendition there of the national anthems by both Sierra Leone and Djibouti. Djibouti there in the green strip. Got two referees from Malawi this afternoon. The matchday official, Nkakananga Godfrey Kanduku Clemens, the first assistant referee from Malawi, and then Botswana, Kekako Lohetswe Lucky. They'll be assisted by Dintwa Kiabetswe from Botswana and Bimbo Patrick James, matchday official there from Gabon. And we see these lineups coming out now. Finally, we get a look at the bench of Sierra Leone, which is possibly more interesting. But also, it is Stephen Corker and Curtis Davis who line up in this squad. Curtis Davis in the starting lineup, the number 15 at the age.
Well, that's got everybody up for the game, if they weren't
Stephen
already.
Corker back into the fold.
Our referee today
just proof that
and his team
it's never too late to start your international career. And on the other side,
Celso.
the youngsters in
Let's take a
Sierra
look
Leone's
then at the
outfits,
two teams then.
the likes of Daniel Kanu, the Charlton Athletic
One of the
man,
team that were in the first two games here today, the goalkeeper
Abdoulaye
Mensah.
Jumaba from
Starts for the
Freetonian
third
one of
time.
the
As
local
does Neri on the right side of midfield,
sides.
and Denki out front is the man that they were hoping to get the
Abdoulaye
goals
Jumaba,
for.
the young defender, just 18 years of old. All these players are very much starting their careers. We see the captains there. It's Osman Kakai. And the opposite number in Djibouti, the number 13, Tuale Mahmoud Elabe.
So there are the officials.
And,
The only one that
he will be
isn't from
captaining that side.
Mozambique
It's
is
very much a
Lopez
similar
Ivanildo
team
Morales, who
that
comes from
faced,
Angola. They're all
Guinea-Bissau,
Portuguese speaking though, so communication should be no
looking
problem.
to the likes of Samuel Akimbinu and Gabriel Dadzi up top. They're going to be the strikers today, wearing the 3 and 4. Not numbers you would normally associate with the strikers, but be sure to keep an eye out for them.
Sudan. They kept a clean sheet in their last qualifier against
It's not the
Mauritania
easiest of
in
matches
Ethiopia.
for Djibouti. They are
The back
ranked
four, Joseph Data
192
and Peter
on the
Maker
FIFA
is
list,
back.
coming up
Valentino
against
Vuel
Sierra
in
Leone,
attack.
up in 126. So there's a little bit of a difference between the
All
sides.
set to go.
Djibouti is still taking a little bit of confidence from those friendly wins against Mauritius. That was a 3-0.
What an atmosphere.
3-1 against Pakistan. That 3-0 against Mauritius, incidentally, Djibouti's largest ever win. As the game gets underway, Sierra Leone kicking from left to right as far as your screen can see.
Moment from kick-off last.
Already with the captain, Kakai Osman.
By the Togo side.
And Curtis Davis, the number 15 there. You see him in the
from right to left
picture.
in the first half.
The former West Brom and Aston Villa man, getting his first taste of international football proper with Sierra Leone. Here he is on the ball.
Off we go then. Match day 3 of 2026. World Cup qualifying in Africa is underway.
Ibrahim Mohammed of Djibouti.
Togo will be looking
makes inroads in field and passes
for a
now
dozen games unbeaten here at home in Lomé.
Samuel
They get the first attack going.
Sierra Leone just mopping up in defence there. Partnering alongside Curtis Davis, Mohamed Kabia.
Team may lack
played all 180 minutes so far,
but nevertheless Kevin Denki has scored
round.
their only goal in the current World Cup qualifying campaign so far.
Here is Kabia on the ball.
Leads the attack as
tasked
expected.
with shoring up the back.
Milas Bebu will be one to watch out for as well.
He's used to
on either
some
side
seriously
of him.
impressive players next to him. Stephen Corker and Abdul Kabia.
No Eliuj Plaka though today. He was
once
expected
again,
to start on the other side
on this left-hand side.
Centre forward.
It's a channel that Sierra Leone are looking to work. And just penned in before the foul is given.
This is Kouachuel.
Barging over Musa
Doing
Hamadou,
well as well, getting to the byline.
Centre-back role.
Tackled though by Loic Besile.
Amadou Bakayoko.
It'll be a first
the number
corner
9 there
to
in picture.
the away side. In fact, it was
made his
Kevin
debut
Boma
back in 2022 against Togo. That was a 3-0 loss.
tackle in.
And as for Amidou Karim, he hasn't been in charge for very long. He was appointed on the 4th of October at the back end of 2023 on a 2-year contract, replacing John Keister. There's been concerns about the start for Sierra Leone under his tutelage.
So then corner taken.
They are yet to win a game, but
Kouachouel.
there is no time like the present, and they will be relishing their chances against this Djibouti
Togo,
outfit.
who had really everybody back, and it made the escape from defence almost impossible.
Karim having to fend off questions before this game
Possession easily
about
taken back
certain
by
omissions.
South
As for
Sudan,
Abdurrahman Hadi, the 43-year-old,
who have never qualified for either a World Cup or
he's
for
had
a
5
Africa
matches
Cup
in
of
charge
Nations
this
as
year.
a singular entity. Of course, Sudan have a great
7
history.
games
When they were one
altogether,
nation
but
all
this
the
year
way
alone,
back in the early days of CAF.
no wins, 3 draws and 2 defeats, as the Djiboutians managed to marshal them out for a goal kick in the early exchanges. Neither team with a shot yet proper. It is to be expected. Just working each other out in the early exchanges.
Squeeze through. You can see the
Left footed
grass
goal
is
kick
quite
goes
long.
and finds the
Here,
player
the
well on
ball
the right-hand
is,
side.
Not rolling, it's almost like it's wet.
Just unable to keep the ball in play.
Which is not
Like
ideal for
Ali
passing
Farada.
sides, but you see
Ahmed
there the way
Adnan
it just
and
slows
Mahad Asdi
down.
Will very much
So
be
there's a
occupying
scope
that
here to
right
be able to
flank
send
for
balls
Djibouti.
through, and for the fast runners coming forward and being able to pick
Osman
that up
starting the game as
behind the
captain.
defence.
Does a very
Togo
nice
on the
1-2
attack
there
forward.
to work it out.
That one though slightly overhit.
It's good pace shown. Kakai with 22 appearances. This is his 23rd now. Here he is on the ball and goes neatly around the outside.
Lost to
Sierra Leone,
Namibia and
keeping the ball in play.
drawn with Sudan.
Mentioned Kakai also started
Really
the
good
first
foresight,
set of
but
two matches.
poor attempt at a
This
shot
game
by
against Ethiopia.
Tito Odong Lazarus.
Absolutely
Okello.
tremendous fog. It was very difficult to see past your nose. Nonetheless, the game did carry on and it finished 0-0.
They were appearing for the second time and starting his second
But a bit
game
of
as well.
frustration
Yet to
for
get off the
Sierra
mark,
Leone
though,
because they felt
in this
in other
qualifying
conditions
campaign.
they might have managed to get something from it, as Mohamed Kabir passes to Emmanuel Samidia
He plays his
and
football.
works it along the outside now. Sierra Leone finding some space in ahead of them,
on the attack.
and a foul is given.
Cheer for Khalid Neri, who's regarded as one of the
Referee deeming
attacking
that
dangers
his pathway
for
was
this Togo
blocked.
side.
Despite Yabisiad
Joseph Data
protesting,
who has,
you can see, yes,
heard the wrath of the
he gets his leg in
referee
between
there.
the legs of Karagbo Augustus. And a foul there called by
him as well.
referee
Second start
Godfrey.
too, for the man who plays in
So
Uganda
the first set
at
piece of the
Express.
match coming just after the 5-minute mark.
Togo try it down the right-hand side instead. Almost 5
Now
minutes
for Sierra
gone, yet
Leone
to see
to
a shot
just
at goal,
decide
but Togo
whether it's going to be
and
an
South
in-swinger.
Sudan
It will
trying their
be
best to get forward.
a right-footed
Boo-boo
in-swinger. They do have some height in the box.
manages to get the ball
Referee
into
just
the
making
middle,
sure
but
that there's no
picked
haji-baji.
up by Jenad Juma.
And we're ready for this free kick just outside the area, and it's going straight
Start
at
today
goal.
with GoDaddy. If you can
And
dream
now
it,
Djibouti
you
with a
can
chance
build it.
nearly to
What
counter, but no, it's well cut out. And Sierra Leone managing to maintain possession play.
Trying to come back inside and manages to get
Farada.
past Charles Umasila. Crowd are loving it at the moment. It's a decent ball in and a
Davis.
terrific piece of defending in the middle by Freedon Rashid Toa. Really needed to get there as well with Ilas Bebu
Third-tier champion
bearing
with
down on goal.
Luton Town back in 2004. It seems like only yesterday when we were touting him as the next best thing.
Can hear the crowd.
There he is playing for the nation.
You see there, Bebu known for his pace
Of
and
his
his dribbling
bloodline.
skills and an ability to create
But now
chances.
having to do some defensive
been,
duties,
Good
stretching
for
his legs.
Hoffenheim in Germany's top flight.
Working
He's
it
one of
out
the few
against
who plays that
Ibrahim
high
Mohamed
up.
gets the ball into the decent
this
area
side.
of the box.
Out by Peter Maker, the
And chested
captain
out
of
clear. Now the
South Sudan.
Leonians have a chance of their own. Goes right
One of
across
those
field,
who,
and it was
helped get the clean sheet in the last
not
game.
really a pass that looked like it was going to get anywhere, and now he has to watch the line. And indeed, the referees, the assistant referee's flag does go up.
One throw coming up from Maruf Chake.
That run there by Mustafa Bundu.
Changes his mind at the last minute and instead plays it short. Here's Basile. Nice little move inside of Data. However, good
finding space in ahead of him, but that space
South
was
Sudan.
just illegally occupied.
Back into their own half. Captain Romao out wide, and then needs some movement forward, does Chake. Karim Demane down the flank, and it'll be a corner.
Up against Djibouti, and
Good
just
work by
not finding his feet
again.
now, and chance might come for the Djiboutians. Flashed across goal. It was worth a strike from
Unbelievable
Gabriel
noise.
He just seemed to hook it
around.
around.
Togo, nothing will.
Was a shot come
Corner
cross.
kick for them. Khalid Neri will take it.
Started from that.
It's a decent one into the box. It's skewing around all over the place, and in the end, South Sudan are happy to sneak it behind again for another set piece from the same side.
On some misplaced
Good
passes,
delivery.
that time from the goalkeeper.
Needs another one just like that. See there, Kevin Bowman, the tall centre-back, is ready in the middle. In it comes again from Neri, again, more or less the same place. Really well met, though, by Rashid Tour. He's been hit as well, and has gone down, and the referee
looks across the line. Decides to play it safe. Curtis Davis
for the Togo number 3, Loic Besile.
His pass
There's
nearly
the
cut out again, but
Sudanese man also down.
They do get the throw.
Not sure we want to see this again. Well,
as we just look back to this,
actually did hit heads in the end. It was
somewhat too relaxed play there by Mohamed Kamara.
Maybe just the shock of
and
the
nearly
collision.
caught out of it by Douale Elebay. Since those qualifiers, Sierra Leone have also suffered a 3-1 friendly loss to Morocco, where Abu Kome scored. But they also have fresh in their mind that 5-1 defeat against the Ivory Coast. It was a friendly match. Rodney Michael, who is on the bench, managed to get on the score sheet.
Two and then back on his feet.
But certainly not a game in which Amidou Karim was altogether too pleased.
South Sudan have never
using the goalkeeper to go long this time, trying to flick on.
Well, a win today would certainly change their fortunes in the group.
Augustus has to be last-ditch defence from the Djiboutians.
In this group, but it's a very strong one containing the likes of Senegal, Democratic Republic of Congo and Togo themselves, although they're not quite the entity they were
just at the
last
last
middle of the noughties.
Augustus making a menace of himself.
And Emmanuel Adebayor was at his pomp and height and one of the biggest names in world football.
To Lumiyama, the goalkeeper for Djibouti, in some pain. The IS Arta Solas 7-man. This is his 6th appearance in goal. He's kept one clean sheet so far.
There's Epevier, which in English is the Sparrowhawks. They didn't qualify for the last Africa Cup of Nations.
A very fresh,
which took place after the
international
first
career for the 30-year-old.
He
only made his debut in that 6-0 loss to Egypt. They did finish off the campaign
pretty well, though, which augured well for what's going on now.
He's just being treated by the medics.
In the end, drawing 2, winning their final 2 matches, though, so you can see how badly they did early on in the campaign.
Both sides are looking to coming around the defence.
And then claimed a fine 3-2 win over Cape Verde, who are one of the big nations coming through now. The little bunch of islands off the
and that was very much through work of his own as he managed to earn a corner as well.
Who are becoming quite a force on the continent.
Of Moussa Hamadou. Hamadou, who's played both matches this time.
D, by the way, they're in a 3-way tie. Talk about tough groups. Cameroon and Libya are also top there. The indomitable Lions and Bruges Sharks have a crunch meeting, though, on Saturday in Yaoundé.
Or Warsama Aden is in
following that up
in the starting 11 for Djibouti this time out.
The Mediterranean Knights of Libya in Praia. A few days
they
later,
are going to have to defend this corner from Sierra Leone.
That group also has Angola looking to get into the
for the Leon
Stars.
Stars.
Well, they face Eswatini
at home. The left foot in swinger
goes
into a dangerous area. What a goal
on Tuesday!
We will see who got the final touch. It almost looked like Curtis Davis, but in fact could go to the corner taker himself.
And we're all ready to get set to go again.
And the Djibouti defence just couldn't get there. Legs sorted, and it does look like it is a debut goal for Curtis Davis.
Be obviously a drop ball, and they're deciding.
I talked about that experience, but knowing where you are placed in those set-piece deliveries, making a menace of himself.
Thought that it perhaps should be for Togo, but the referee, I think, is going to decide.
He's a tall man, is Curtis Davis.
South Sudan are going to get things underway.
And there he is, bundling the ball over.
There's Peter Chol.
It was such an awkward bounce, and he just needed to get the faintest of touches.
Peter Chol, one of those who has played in all three games so far of World Cup qualifying.
It would have gone
although
in
this
had
is
he
his
not
second
been there.
start.
A vital
he was
touch then.
Substitute in the last one.
From the former England under-21 international.
It's going to be a throw-in.
Curtis Davis on his international competitive debut.
Good interception there by the captain.
And that's a moment
Alexis
that he will have
Romao.
been thinking about for a very long time indeed. He's just been released by Cheltenham Town. But wanted to continue playing,
organising his troops
in case an opportunity like this did come up.
The chance for a counter-attack. That ends there, though. Good challenge, no
and boy,
foul,
has he
though,
paid
so
it
just
back
the
in kind.
throw-in.
What a ball that is as well. Once again to find Karakbo. Augustus does well to get around the defence. Augustus.
Picked up by Bebu. He races forward and the defenders
causing
pick it up
problems
again with
already.
captain
Sierra Leone now
Romao.
with a goal, their first of the competition so far. And it just had to come from that man, Curtis Davis. As we see Sulait Luyima just struggling again. It looks like that same injury. Augustus showing his pace, working it around the outside of Musa Hamadou.
Togo went to the 2006 World Cup, which was in Germany, but
and earning his team a corner. He's looked very lively. The number 7 for Sierra Leone.
But he gave them a taste.
He is one of those internationally based players. Plays for
so hard though, to get out
in Italy.
African qualifying, but at least this time there's a bit more
where he won the Supercoppa.
The biggest ever World Cup is on the horizon, and Africa will have 9 places